Good afternoon, students. Today I am going to explain a cantilever beam subjected to point load not at a free end. What is the maximum slope and deflection formula? By using double integration method. So let me write that question, that is a cantilever beam subjected to a cantilever beam subjected to point load W not at the free end. Okay, for the above statement you can find maximum slope and deflection formula. Maximum slope and deflection. First you can find a maximum slope, then after in next video we are going to find a maximum deflection also. For this same question, find the maximum slope by using double integration method. Okay, and for this above statement the diagram is nothing but a cantilever beam. One end is fixed and other end is free, and span length is assumed as L. So subjected to point load W not at the free end. So W not at the free end, this is the free end and this is the fixed end. This is assumed as a letter end A, so this is end B, and not at the free end is nothing but these point load you can assume here and here and here. Okay, so where you can assume, where it is actor of the beam, but that point load not at the free end. So other than in this beam where it is acting load, that point load is nothing but I can assume this point load acting at here. So this is point load W, in the units is kilonewtons. So this span length from fixed end can you assume as a L1, and this span length is nothing but L minus L1. You can subtract from total length and deduction of these L1, so L minus L1. So you using this formula for getting of remaining span length, that is from C to B, that is from C to free. So C to after L minus L1 you can get distance from C to B, and you can assume distance from A to C is L1. You can assume distance from A to C is L1. So for this question, so you can find a maximum slope and deflection. Then after I am going to find a deflection also, but in this video I am going to find a maximum slope only. So for this question, the deflection shape for this point load is a fixed end. So here no deflection. So deflection starts from some distance from fixed end. So this is nothing but here slope here deflection is nothing but YC, and here deflection is nothing but YB. So maximum deflection occurs at free end. So minimum deflection occurs at under the load. So under the load is nothing but YC. You can assume these letter as C. So Y, that's why here under the load C is YC. So minimum deflection is YC and maximum deflection is YB. And slope is nothing but you can find slope anywhere of the beam. That is nothing but I am going to find IB and next IC. So here denote letter IC and here denote letter IB. Okay. By using this method you can find IC and IB equal values. Okay, so next first for this diagram, so on this beam where it is maximum bending moment occurs you did not know. Okay, so that knowing value, for finding of knowing value, that is maximum deflection, where it is occurs in this beam, from fixed end or free end. You did not know first you don't know that, but for the finding of maximum deflection okay, from fixed end and from free end. For the finding of distance, maximum deflection distance from fixed end or free end, you can need need to assume that distance as x from fixed end. From fixed end, you can assume this distance also from free end, but I assume this maximum deflection value from fixed end, that is x, I assume as x. So from here, from fixed end to here, so this is x dash x, okay, this is a from fixed end. So for the double integration method, after drawing the beam diagram, where it is maximum bending moment occurs, you don't know. So for the knowing of maximum deflection distance, okay, that distance you can assume x for every beam which is under a double integration method, by using a double integration method. So in this method, first you can assume this maximum deflection distance as x. So the span length is nothing but L meters. So carried a point load, that is W, and acting distance, acting at a distance of L1 from A. So A is nothing but fixed end. Okay. So you can assume that maximum deflection deflection is nothing but x, and this point load occurs from A as L1 distance, that is distance is L1. You can assume distance is L1 from fixed end. And next, a portion AC of the cantilever will bend into AC, while the portion CB will remain straight load displaced to C2B. So there is nothing but a cantilever beam similar to that of a cantilever. The AC portion, the portion AC of the cantilever, the portion AC of the cantilever may be the portion AC is nothing but A, this is the A end and this is the C end. So the portion AC of the cantilever may be taken as similar to that of a portion, so that of a cantilever. Nothing but this total beam, nothing but from A to B is nothing but a cantilever, but you can assume that a portion of AC may be taken as a cantilever. Why? After this AC portion, the diagram looks like a one end is fixed, other end is free. So the point load is in free end. So this is distance is nothing but L1, A and C. So this statement is nothing but looks like a if you draw a diagram for the above statement, the diagram is looks like AC portion, nothing but A, from A to C portion carrying a load at C point, nothing but at free end for this beam, for this particular frame at the free end. So the distance is L1, L1 is the distance. Okay, for this beam moment, you can find a moment, that is consider x dash x, consider a section xx at a distance x from fixed end, that is B. So the bending moment of section is, at this section is nothing but bending moment denoted letter M at x dash x is nothing but so from A to x dash x, from A to x dash x, fixed end, that is A. So from A to the x dash x, the bending moment acts as only one load. There is a fixed end, but acts as downward deflection. There is only one load. That one load is nothing but so point load moment formula is force into distance. Force into distance. But here no load, and here no load, and here no load. Only one point load is at C, end C, is at end C. But I want a movement. I have a movement at from C to x dash x. For the knowing of bending moment from C to x dash x, you can apply a bending moment formula for point load. So bending moment formula for point load is force into distance. So this is the force, and distance is nothing but from C to x dash x. So I want this moment. Okay, we require these distance. So this distance is nothing but x minus L1. X minus L1. Okay. For the subtraction from x distance and L1 distance, you can get a distance from C to x dash x. C to x dash x, from C to x dash x. Okay. So the moment formula, the bending moment formula for point load is nothing but this is the downward deflection minus downward direction minus hogging position. So minus force into distance. Force equal to W. Force equal to W. So distance is nothing but x minus L1. X minus L1 is the distance from C to x dash x. Okay. Force into distance. Force into distance. Perpendicular axis. So this is the perpendicular axis. Okay. And this is the equation. And you already know, we know that differential equation equal to, we know that differential equation, that is mx equal to ei d square y by dx square from the differential equation. Okay, you can substitute this one into this equation, star equation, and mx equal to nothing but ei d square y by dx square equal to minus w x minus L1 is the equation number 1. This is the common equation. This is the equation number 1. Equation number 1. And next, after getting this equation number 1, you can integrating the above equation with respect to x by the using of double integration method. In this double integration method, so this equation you can integrating multiple times. So first, integrating this equation, you can get a slope expression, and then after integrating a slope expression, you can get a deflection expression. So deflection expression contain with the letter y. So y is the denoted letter for deflection. And next, slope expression contain with dy by dx. Dy by dx is the denoted letter for slope. And next, so integrating the above equation. Integrating the equation 1 once, we can get. So integrating the above equation, ei is the constant, d square y by dx square integrating value, dy by dx equal to minus w is the constant value. These x minus L1 can you treated a whole part, not individually, whole part. You can take with a whole part. Nothing but x minus L1 is the only one term. Okay. You don't take this term with individual terms. Nothing but x separate and L1 separate. This taken as a whole part is only single term. So this is minus w is constant. So this is x minus L1 integrating x square by 2. So this is nothing but x square. So x square by 2. Okay. So after getting this equation, plus c1 is the constant. Why? Because this equation you can integrating once, so you can substitute c1 constant. You can put a c1 constant. So c1 is nothing but a constant. This is equation number 2. So where c1 is the constant of integration. Then after this constant of integration, you can find the latter constant of integration. Okay. For finding of integration of C1, constant of integration, for finding of constant of integration C1, you can apply a boundary conditions for this equation. So that the first boundary condition is, we know the boundary condition. we know the boundary conditions. So that is, first boundary condition is when for getting of C1 value you must apply the boundary conditions. So this boundary condition is nothing but x equal to L and dy by dx equal to 0. So this is the boundary condition for cantilever beam carrying a point load not at center. For carrying a point load not at center. So substitute these values in equation number 2. Substitute these values in equation number 2. So after substituting these values you can get so dy by dx is nothing but so dy by dx is nothing but 0. So 0 into anything 0 minus w, x is nothing but L, so L minus L1 whole square by 2 plus C1. So 0 minus w, L minus L1 square by 2 plus C1. So w, L minus L1 square by 2 plus C1. This is the equation after substituting x equal to L. This is the expression. And next you can simplify this equation. You can get 0 equal to minus w. So L minus L1 is nothing but 1 minus half. 1 minus half. So 1 minus half is nothing but half. So L minus L1. So half is nothing but L1. Half is nothing but L1. So W L1 whole square by 2 plus C1. Okay. So minus C1 equal to minus W L1 square by 2. So minus minus cancel. So C1 equal to W L1 square by 2. Therefore, so this is the C1 constant of integration. So you can get in first integration, after first integration you can get a C1 constant value. Okay, for the finding of C1 constant of integration you can apply a boundary conditions. So after applying these boundary conditions you can get a C1 constant of integration. Okay, C1 equal to W L1 square by 2. So after getting this C1 value, so substituting this C1 value in equation number 2. Substituting C1 value in equation number 2. So you can get EI dy by dx, EI dy by dx equal to minus W by 2 so x minus L1 whole square by 2 plus C1. So plus C1 is nothing but plus W L1 square by 2. After getting the C1 value you can substitute in equation number 3. You can get a equation like this. So this equation number 3 denoted as equation number 3. Okay, so after getting the C1 value and after substituting the C1 value in equation number 2, so then after you can apply a second boundary conditions. So by using these equation you can get you can find a slope at any point of the cantilever section. Okay, so this is the expression of the slope by using double integration method. Okay, this is the equation of a slope. So this is the equation of slope. Nothing but you can use this equation, you can get slope at any point of this cantilever. You can get slope at any point of this cantilever beam. Okay, after getting this slope equation, okay, you can find anywhere, you can find slope at anywhere of the beam, anywhere of the cantilever beam for this particular cantilever beam. Okay, and then after you can find a maximum slope. So where it is occur, maximum slope equation, where maximum slope formula, and you can use that maximum slope formula. You can find a maximum slope at any point of the section. Okay, this is only slope expression. So then after you are going to find a slope formula, slope equation, slope formula. So that is nothing but for finding of slope equation, slope formula, for finding of slope formula. So for maximum slope, substitute x equal to 0 and dy by dx equal to, so where it is maximum slope occurs, at IC or at IB or at I maximum. Okay, you can assume from these three any one. You can assume any one from these three. Okay, so x equal to 0 in equation number 3. So this is the equation number 3. So after substituting these values in equation number 3, you can get dy by dx is nothing but I maximum equal to, so x equal to 0. So substituting in these x equal to 0, so these treated as whole section, not treated as individual terms, you can treat it as whole section. So 0 is nothing but 0 into anything, so 0. So here 0. So the remaining value is WL1 square by 2. WL1 square by 2. So this is the remaining value. So after getting these values, so I maximum equal to, or IB equal to, or IC equal to WL1 square by 2 EI. So here EI, okay, coming from this side, so right hand side, and here placed at a denominator. Here placed at a denominator. So EI is nothing but flexural rigidity. EI is nothing but flexural rigidity. So this is the formula for slope, for finding of maximum slope for the cantilever. Why? Because I is the denoted letter for slope. So you can use this formula. You can get a slope at any point, nothing but you can get a slope at C and B. You can get a slope at C and B. Okay, so this is the slope, maximum slope equation. Okay, and next, thank you.